Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam Mckola, and we are back for another 7 reasons why. And today is 7 reasons why Manchester United beat Paris Saint-Germain. But you already knew that, because what you've been doing since then is watching back all the highlights, the goals, singing Ollie's at the wheel, living it up. Well, now we're going to get into the game and talk a little bit more about what went down. But before we do that, what I want you lot to do is click that red button that we've got right down there and make sure you subscribe to Stretford Paddock. If you're already subscribed, you see that join button? Give that a little tickle, see if anything takes your fancy there. But right now, let's get stuck into these 7 reasons why Manchester United beat Paris Saint-Germain. And in one, it's because Aaron Wan-Bissaka pocketed anything that moved. And I don't mean just in his love life either, I mean on that football pitch. Mbappe, Neymar, he told them all come outside and jump in my back pocket. And that's exactly what happened. He made 6 tackles, which was more than any player playing in the Champions League on that night made. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka's all-round performance was very good. He even offered a little something going forward, which showed the confidence booster that maybe that he received from scoring that goal against Newcastle. But it was all about his defending. And after the last 24, 48, 72 hours, the last week he's had, I'm sure he would have seen all the madness about to come out. I'm sure he would have had to deal with all that mentally. For him to have that performance at Newcastle and then put that performance in on the highest stage, his first ever Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain, last season's finalists, and put in his pocket man like Neymar and Mbappe. That's some performance, that. Well done, Aaron. In at number 2, he pocketed anything as well, and he was absolutely dealing with it all. In the air, on the floor, on the left, on the right, through the middle. Axel Tuanzebe had it covered. Now, I have to give some credit to his centre-half partners. There were 2 of them on the day, in Luke Shaw and Victor Lindelof, and I think they had to put in a lot of work as well. But when you look at Axel Tuanzebe, when was the last time we saw Axel Tuanzebe? Like, I don't even know the last time he played. I remember him warming up against Liverpool last season, before Rona, before all that stuff happened, warming up against Liverpool, coming off in the warm-up because he was injured, and never being seen again. He's had niggly injury after niggly injury, but he's finally back. I didn't think he was going to start this game. He starts like he's been playing week in, week out for years. He started like a prime Rio. I didn't know what was going on. It was absolute quality from Axel Tuanzebe. Now, he probably, would have got that through that game on momentum and adrenaline alone. And we still have to take our time with him, not get carried away, not rush things. But if we've got a fully fit Axel Tuanzebe coming into the mix, some of those defenders need to be worried for their spot, In at number 3, Alex Tellez's creative spark. Now, I thought he did well defensively. You can tell he loves a little bit of scrap, and not just because he's got that scar on the side of his head, but getting forward, he was an absolute bomb as well. Some great crosses into the box, some good crosses into positions, and also his corners as well. He was finding McTominay with every single corner. I haven't seen a corner beat the first man since 1999 in the Nou Camp when we won the treble. But here we go, Alex Tellez getting those crosses in. Now, it's an interesting one because to take the corner, obviously, he goes over to the right side of the pitch. So if you get counter-attacked from a corner, your left back's obviously, or your left wing back's obviously out of position, but the delivery means you're probably not going to get hit on the counter-attack. And his delivery was quality, and we probably should have scored from one of those corners. But it's signs of good things to come, and I thought his all-round performance was that too. In at number 4, Marcus Rashford's playground. Does he get to keep this stadium now? Does he? What happens with this? Does he get the key to the city or something? Because, mate, what a performance from Marcus Rashford. Now, look, I know there were times when he frustrated us. There were times when his passing could have been better. Times when his shooting could have been better. But all people will remember is the winners. All people remember is the goal you scored. You did it when it mattered. And that's exactly what he did. I thought throughout the game, him and Marshall were frustrated at times. Whether it was the other one not giving him the ball, the other one losing the ball, not taking the right shot or whatever. There was clear frustrations there. But they caused them so much problems. And that goal that Marcus Rashford took as well, it was the most difficult chance he had of the evening. And to be able to tuck it in that corner like that, past the goalkeeper, in that stage of the game, took absolute balls, it took clinicalness, and it took an eye for goal as well. And I was really delighted with Marcus Rashford's goal. I think performances can be better from him. But yo, we just beat Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes again. Easy stuff, and it's Marcus Rashford's playground. At number 5, my man of the match, I think, Pasta Fred. He did it there last time. He did it there this time. He loves that place as well. Him and Rashford probably have to share the stadium because the performance from him was absolute quality. The kind of performances we've grown to see from one of his opponents in that midfield. Remember Ander Herrera when he used to play for United? He'd be everywhere, covering every blade of grass, chucking in loads of tackles, doing this, doing that, making the work happen in that midfield. And in the engine room, Fred was massively important. Few raised eyebrows when we saw the starting lineup. No Matic, no Pogba, Scott McTominay, Fred in the middle there. And I thought PSG targeted McTominay a little bit at times, especially when he was on his yellow card as well. And Fred's performance was quality. Slide tackles, interceptions, muscling people off the ball, being able to spin and get the ball out and finding the pass as well. Excellent performance from Pasta Fred. He really put a shift in and he deserves man of the match, obviously. Whether he gets it or not remains to be seen because you lot can put your comments in below who your man of the match was. But Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, Fred, they're all up there right at the top of those nominees, and another quality performance from Pasta Fred. At number 6, David De Gea and his magnificent saves. You know, some of the saves from him were absolute quality. He did it against Newcastle as well. He's done it before. Even in the Spurs games, there were at times where, you know, it could have been 7-8, 9-1 by the end of it. But David De Gea was on the ball. He was making sure he kept, well, he didn't keep a clean sheet today, but he kept everything out from a PSG player. The only man that could beat him was Anthony Martial with a crucial header. Not sure what he was doing with that one, but it didn't matter in the end because David De Gea made sure nothing else went past him. United got the winner and David De Gea played a huge part in that. And hey, how good is it to see Dave back like this as well? We hope the arrival or the return of Dean Henderson to Manchester United would do this, give him that kick up the backside that he needs. And maybe having a goalkeeper in Sergio Romero who's happy to be number 2, who's happy to sit on the bench, who's not doing interviews saying, hey, David De Gea, if you fuck up, I want your shirt. Maybe having a goalkeeper that's actually going to come and say, give me that spot right now. We'll keep you on your toes. We'll bring better performances out of you. But whatever it is, we're starting to see the real David De Gea now. And that is vital to us if we want to be a success this season. At number 7, it's time you lot put some respect on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's name, man. Imagine Lampard was beating Pep every time he played him. Beating Tuchel every time he played him. Beating all these big teams. Yo, imagine that. How the media would be going on. Now look, obviously, Ole makes a lot of mistakes. I've criticised him for his substitutions, tactical decisions at times. But in this game against Paris Saint-Germain, in the big games, more often than not, he gets it bang on. And today, his selection of the 11, spot on. His formation, spot on. Tactics, spot on. Substitution, spot on. And we got the result as well. And this was a day where everything fell in place for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, we can't get carried away. A bad result against Chelsea, a bad result against Leipzig, bad result against any of these difficult teams coming up. And the pressure is back on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We know that. But that was quality, man. And it's just put some respect on his name in it. I know there's people out there just waiting for him to lose. Probably didn't even celebrate that goal yesterday because it doesn't fit the agenda that you want to push, or it doesn't fit in with you like getting Pochettino or whatever it is. But put some respect on his name. Because when it's the big ones, he normally comes out on top. And that's quality. Let's hope we can keep it going now because this run we've got coming up, you know, it doesn't get any easier, but that'll give us a lot of confidence. I was always confident about beating PSG though. I mean, who are they really? Who are they? You know, they don't fill you with fear like Bayern Munich or Real Madrid or anything like that. And it was only a group stage game. So let's calm down a little bit. Let's be quietly, pleasantly pleased with the way Manchester United have played. And let's bring on Chelsea on Saturday. So I've got a feeling we can hand out another beating. Anyway, guys, let us know what your thoughts were in those comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining if you can as well. Get your 7 reasons in there. And don't just say, oh, because we scored 2 and they scored 1. Get some real things in there, innit? Anyway, I've been Adam Mckola. You lot have been legends. If you haven't seen the fan cams or the watch along, go and check them out. I'm out of here.